Welcome back everyone to Mudstomp Solves, the channel where we solve cardboard puzzles, 3D puzzles, 3D block builds, wooden builds, and anything else that relates to putting one and one together with or without instructions. Today we're going to have a look at this wonderful 1,000-piece butterfly-shaped puzzle about butterflies. I've been looking forward to this for a while. It's actually looking like a very interesting build. I've sorted the pieces out, so I'm going to show you what I've sorted out into different piles, but just very quickly, it's very interesting. It's quite a large puzzle, 25 inches by 35 inches, so it's not too tall, about 60 centimeters tall, but it's quite wide, so we're stretching out to sort of 85 centimeters or so wide. Quite a wide puzzle, so I'm going to end up building this on a big board, and to be honest, I'm probably not going to get too much done before I put it on the big board because of the style of the puzzle. So let's have a look at what we've got to begin with. So here we've got my miscellaneous pile, which kind of ended up being sort of a rock pile. I don't know if you can see in the details here, but a lot of this sort of relates to this area down here. It's sort of the rocks in the rivers. Sorry, the rocks in the river. But yeah, largely speaking, it's my miscellaneous that I couldn't match. I have what I hope to be all the edge pieces here. There is a lot of interesting pieces in here. Obviously, this is an irregular cut puzzle, which I am loving the look of. The pieces seem to connect well. I had to break a bunch of it up because it was an op shop buy, obviously, as I normally do. But yeah, they seem to connect really well. And there's a lot of pieces like this, which leads me to believe obviously that these antennae are just a separate part of the puzzle and this is a gap in between. So I'm really excited about this shape idea, to be honest. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Following that, we have pieces that relate to this aqua blue area over here. So quite a lot of that. I did separate off a couple of dark ones, but I haven't really sort of matched more to that. So I'm not sure what they're going to go with. They're possibly actually a butterfly, but we'll see. You can also see we have some of these fancy shapes, I think called wingdings, aren't they, or something? So we have a bunch of those in there. I also separated, as I said, the spirals here. There's 6 spirals, 3 on each side. And I've separated out the line pieces as best I can tell. That's going to be one of my early parts of the build, as well as the edge, to hopefully give me a lot to work with there. Following that, we also have a bunch of little bits and pieces related to different sets of butterflies. So I've tried to separate them into separate piles so I can build the butterflies pretty readily. I've got another couple over here. It's probably one pile there, to be honest. So that'll be another thing that I really try and focus on. I then have these dark pieces that are probably mostly going to settle in this area here. So we'll see how that goes. And then I have dark blue, or purpley here, I should say, and blue over here. So I think that's mostly going to be this butterfly and this butterfly. Maybe, probably not this one, because that'll probably be the pink pile back over there. I also have a bit of Bambi's, I should say deer, fawns here. So that'll be that. Then we have essentially white to yellowish background pieces. So most of that should be this top right corner. And then green background pieces, which will probably be this top left corner for a large part. And that should do us. So yeah, it's looking very encouraging. As I said, I like the shapes of the pieces. Like this irregular cut is really my style. They're relatively thick. They connect well by the looks of it. So I'm just going to get into it because I haven't done a puzzle like this in a while. The last big one that was sort of like, I did the 2 Seiko Disney ones not too long back. They weren't as thick pieces, and they weren't, it was a rectangular puzzle, which doesn't matter, but yeah, they were sort of irregular, but not this level of irregular, if that makes sense. The last time I did an irregular that was at this level would have been when I did my first Springbok, which I haven't touched in a long time, and I'm thinking I'm going to do again soon. It was a Muppet Springbok that I picked up at the op shop and really kind of kicked off my puzzling career in recent years. So anyway, we're going to get into it and see how we go. Hopefully you enjoy the view, and I'm going to hopefully really enjoy this puzzle. So let's go. Let's get into it. Well, folks, here we have it so far. Hopefully you got to see most of that. I was doing it in the early part of the day, but the light outside kept changing, and it was just horrendous in a sense. So this probably looks very higgledy-piggledy bits and pieces. The main reason probably is because I tried to do all the edge and I just couldn't do it. There wasn't enough connecting. There's still a stack of pieces in that pile. I'm not even 100% sure they're all edge pieces, to be honest. They're that random cut. I think I'm missing some edge pieces, and well, obviously, since I couldn't build it all, but yeah, it's I mean, like, I'm enjoying it a lot. Like, I really, really love this puzzle. It's definitely akin to sort of a Springbok random cut in my mind. It's a little bit thinner pieces. They're probably close to as equally rigid with the attachment, but the colors are nice. The textures are lovely. Like, I managed to find things quite readily and put them together. It's just been a really lovely process. After I recorded what I'd just shown you, I obviously put them on this big board, and I just couldn't help myself and kept fiddling a bit. And I ended up doing this top corner, mostly the whites and yellowish greens. But it gives you an idea. I mean, that's my hand. Like, that's just such a small part. I mean, that's that much of the puzzle. There's so much more to go. I'm actually a little bit surprised in that it feels fuller than I thought it was. And look, they're squashed together. Like, this is going to have to get spaced out, guaranteed, hands down. There's going to be a lot more going on, but I just don't have the ability to put them in spacing that matches. I've just noticed this. I'm just wondering if that lines up. No, it doesn't. It looked very close. I was kind of curious there for a second. But yeah, so anyway, like, there's definitely like a layer of piecing between each bit, if not a few pieces. There's a lot to do still in that regard, which, yeah, it's fine. Again, I'm really, really enjoying this. Like, it's just such a lovely puzzle to do. I have quite a bit to go, like, as you can see. This tray's been almost emptied. This is my miscellaneous now, or extra miscellaneous, I should say. This is my actual miscellaneous. I tipped it upside down into this so that I can tip it out into another tray in a bit. Yeah, so these are leftovers from the blue purples. That's the edges left over. I've pulled a few greens out, a few aquas out, and a few darks, but most of that's still completely as it was when I sorted it. Yeah, it's still plenty to go. I don't know how I'm going to film it because it's already on the big board. And just to give you an idea, that this is my big board. So this is like this, what was it? The 2,000 piece puzzle? Yeah, the 2,000 piece puzzle, I think, fits just on this board, or slightly off the end at least. But yeah, so this is a giant puzzle for a 1,000 piece puzzle. Again, but yeah, cool. It's cool. It's fun. It's great. I'm loving it. If I can't say that enough, but I'm going to check more of this out. I'm going to try and find some more, because I think this is the company is Sun's Out, and this is Alexandra Mullins. I don't know if I can find some more of these sort of shaped puzzles like this. I would definitely find it. And again, it was a very nice sort. Like, I sorted by background colors. I was a bit concerned about that, but in the end, it's actually ended up working quite well for me. And largely, like, building all the different butterflies is basically how I've filled most of it so far. So from here on, it's going to be sort of probably a bit more interesting trying to find everything. But yeah, like I said, it's going well. So anyway, I'm going to get back into it. I'm probably going to try and I don't know what I'm going to do, which order I'm going to do it in, to be honest. I'm probably just going to work tray to tray to tray, getting as much as I can. Probably this aqua tray, I think, and then the green one probably. But this aqua one, I think I'm going to try and do the most of, because that should fill this corner in completely. And then I can hopefully do the edge up that side and then fill in that side. And then I'll try and do the edge around and then down, or something like that. I don't know. We'll see how we go. All right, let's get into it. Well, folks, there you have it. That's it. 1,000-piece butterfly-shaped puzzle complete. Honestly, it was a very interesting build. I really enjoyed it a lot, as I said earlier, as I was going. It's just been an incredible picture, and the pieces and that themselves are just lovely. I would love to pick the puzzle up, except that the antenna of the big butterfly flop about, so you can't really pick it up as one piece in that sense. But it is well connected enough that you could, apart from the antenna, pick the whole thing up and move it around. It's definitely been one of my favourite solves in recent times. I really, really enjoyed it. The shape of the pieces, the irregular cut and so forth, is very much akin to a what's the word I'm looking for? I've completely forgotten. A springbok. There we go. Finally made it. Yeah, very similar to a springbok. Size is probably quite similar to that too. Quite a lot of larger pieces and some smaller bits, but yeah, very nice shape, very good connection, very easy to put together, very easy to match where you're putting things. The picture itself is just incredible. I was really surprised. You've got these big butterflies that are essentially the foreground, and then you've got these spirals that really connect a lot of the shapes together, and then the background. And the background has this range of colors in it, range of different pictures in there, and so on. The dark bit in the center was probably the only bit that was a little bit difficult to match. Everything else was just beautiful to know where it went based on its color, based on its foreground, its background, etc. I've got some bigger puzzles coming up in the hopefully near future, and if they're anything like this, they're going to be absolutely incredible to do. I think it's one of those things I didn't anticipate that at all. I think I looked at the picture and saw it was very busy, and I thought it'll probably be hard to do. But because it's so large, that busyness means that there's like you pick a little butterfly on the picture and it's 3 or 4 or 5 pieces. And it's very easy to pick out against everything else. There's like a couple of small butterflies that look similar colored, and then there's a couple of big blue butterflies and purple, but once you get into it, they're distinct enough to sort of figure them out for the most part. Yeah, building those first couple of pieces, and it was like, wow, these are so big, and you feel like you've done so much, and then you look at the whole picture and you're like, I haven't done that much, but you put it all on the board and it's like, wow, this feels cluttered, but like there's so much more to go. Yeah, it's just a lovely build in that way. I think I'm definitely going to try and look out for some of these. I don't know if it's worth looking under like the Sunset brand, I guess. It's got an item number too, so there must be a lot of them out there because this is like 96,024. I imagine there's a bunch more. It does say to see more exciting puzzles, log on to sunsout.com. Sorry, I don't know what I said before. Sun's out, but yeah. So I'm going to have a look at that and see if I can find some more really lovely puzzles, because if they're like this is definitely a brand that I'm going to get into if I can get them. And particularly too, if they're shaped puzzles, like I love that idea. It's just so much fun, so much difference, because you don't have a straight border to work with. I think probably nearly a quarter of the pieces I sorted out as edge borders ended up not being edges at all. They had flat bits that met into other bits and whatnot. And then there were a lot of edge pieces that I didn't even catch as edge pieces. So yeah, it was, in that sense, like it's really challenging, but it was really enjoyable the whole time doing it. So yeah, I just have nothing else to say. Like I've really, really enjoyed this. I am definitely, it's made me thinking, I've been thinking recently about doing it, but I'm definitely going to look and get my old Springbok puzzle out, the sort of the first puzzle that really started me on my journey with this channel and whatnot. And I just enjoyed that so much. I want to have another go at it. It is a shame there's a piece missing on that one, but yeah, either way, it's a beautiful puzzle. It's a Muppets puzzle. Has all the old Muppets, if you will, not not the newer ones. So yeah, I think I need to pull that out soon and have another go at it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying things at the moment, if you haven't noticed. So anyway, give you a channel update at this point. I think I'm not even sure where I'm up to with a lot of things. I know I've got a block build going on at the moment that I'm hoping to finish. I think that'll be the video after this one. And then there's going to be probably another 1,000-piece puzzle, one of the two that I think it's Vivian dropped off at the op shop near me, that I'm going to have a go at. I'm going to do the two of them in the next few weeks, I think. And in between them, I'm not even sure. I can't even remember what else I've got to do. Oh, Book Nook's coming up, actually. My wife bought me my own Book Nook because I did the last one for her, and there's these other two big ones to do, but she bought me my own one. So I'm probably going to get into that soon. And I want to do a gem art soon, I think. I have a lot of big block builds possible, but they're probably going to be things that I spread sporadically through as I try to do some other stuff. But yeah, hopefully you're enjoying the puzzle video every fortnight. I really wanted to stick with that. I was enjoying doing everything, but I thought when I looked at what I did last year for a lot of the videos, I thought I want to do more cardboard-based puzzles, basically, or 3D puzzles, not so much the handwritten puzzles. They're okay to do, but I think the thing is, like, it's, well, you know, I enjoy doing these. So anyway, I enjoy that too, but yeah. So yeah, I think I'm going to get into, keep that up, trying to get a puzzle done every fortnight, particularly too, because I think I'll do the next bag on the 15K attempt, another bag, soonish, probably after these two puzzles, maybe a bit longer after that, because I've got another 2,000, another 3,000 piece puzzle I want to try and get done soon. So be somewhere in next couple of months, maybe. But anyway, either way, if you're still here, thank you very much for watching. Really enjoying what I'm doing at the moment, and I hope you are too. And thank you very much for all your support, as per usual. If you want to do that, like, subscribe, comment, etc. And otherwise, catch you in the next video next week. Bye.